Welcome to Libby's Lounge, author edition, where the books are great, but the authors are even better. We're here today with Taylor Hobbs, one of my favorite people in the entire world. Thank you for joining us.
So excited to be here. Thank you for inviting me.
Yes. You have some crazy book news. I know you do. I don't know if you could talk about it, but
I cannot talk about it yet. I was hoping by the time I got on here I'd be able to talk about it, but I still cannot.
that's okay.
But we can talk about all the other wonderful writing things that are happening. So
Yes.
I can't quite share the details about like the major thing yet, but it'll be in the next couple weeks.
I'm so excited for you.
Thank
we'll
you.
do another one. We'll do another one when you can announce it. We'll just
a round two, a sequel.
Yes. So, how is life? How is life?
Life is good. We moved to the Pacific Northwest, so we're in like Port Orchard area, surrounded by the Puget Sound and all the beautiful things that Seattle has to offer. So it's been good. How's Japan?
Japan is great. I love Japan. I never want to leave. For our listeners, me and Taylor met in Camp Lejeune when our husbands were both stationed there, and we hung out on her cool houseboat and wrote. It was fantastic.
Yeah, we met because we were both signed up for NaNoWriMo for the general area. And I think that it said there was one other writer on the Camp Lejeune one. I was like, I need to meet her.
Yes.
So, yeah. I invited you to coffee, and then we just got to chatting and then progressed from there.
Fell in love with Buffy, or fell in love with our love of Buffy, all the good things.
Yeah, that's how I knew. I was like, oh, we're going to be friends. Like, you're also a Buffy fan? Okay.
In my new office, I have quotes up, and I have a Buffy quote, and I have a Supernatural quote. And if people see them and get them, I'm automatically like, yep, you're cool.
Wait, what are they? What's the Buffy quote?
Okay, so I couldn't put the one I wanted to because, obviously it has to be, inspirational and school appropriate. But the hardest thing to do in this world is to live in it.
Yeah, that's a great one.
And then for Supernatural, the quote is, let's go with something about, let's go with plan D, or it's time for plan D, for dumbass. But I couldn't put the last part on. But
that's so perfect.
Yeah. So, I have written how many books? 4 books. Because I finished the first one with you, right?
Yes. You had been working on it for 10 years, I think, on and off.
Yes.
Yeah, a while. And then you've just been cranking them out. It's once you got that first one done, you were like, we're going full steam ahead. You draft so fast. You're like, oh yeah, I'm sending this to my editor right now. I was like, didn't you? It's been 6 months. How did you do that?
Listen, this last one was rough because Dion leaves in 3 days. And so I was like, I have to have it done because there'll be no time. No time with full-time work and full-time mom. I did 30,000 words in 2 weeks.
What? Oh my God. Did you just not sleep? You just cranked it out?
Yeah, he sent me to a hotel for 2 weekends. He's like, don't come home. I don't want to see you. It was really nice.
That's so nice, though. A little mini writer's retreat.
Yeah. But so I have 4, but you have 4 books now, right? 4 or 5 books, 6 books? You have a lot.
I am currently editing my 8th book, but not all of them are published.
Still.
Because I had so the 3rd book that I wrote, that was one that was picked up by Wild Rose Press. Mm-hmm. And then my 4th one, Sonder Village, that one also was published with Wild Rose. And then 5th book was trunked. 6th book was trunked. 7th book, I got my agent. And I'm currently editing my 8th book. So, but yeah, some of them never see the light of day. And that's okay. It's a learning curve.
Yeah, I had 10 years of learning curve.
Yeah.
So tell us about your books, because I read Cloaked. It's one of my favorite books. It sits on my shelf. And
thank you.
I'll tell everybody about it.
Yeah, Cloaked was my like romantasy. It was just really fun. Take all the tropes that I love to read about and then put my own spin on it. I'm very much into like badass female characters, and I know you're like the queen of writing fight scenes, so had I known you back then when I wrote Cloaked, I definitely would have used your expertise. So yeah, that one's fun little romantasy. It's like about a girl who's a criminal in training, and then her mentor is kind of this like morally gray character who like kind of trains her, but they have a good time across the mythical kingdom. And Sonder Village was that one was inspired because back in like 2015 I read an article about like whole villages going up for sale in Spain, and I was like, wow, wouldn't that be so cool to buy a piece of property and have all of this history, and you have to like, you know, build it back up, and like what would you even do with it? And so that one, the main character goes there like post-divorce, and she's looking to change her life, but the village itself is very much a character within the book, and there's a lot of history, so it's like a kind of like a time travel romance too, about really important piece in Spain's history. And that one, well, my magic spin. And then after that, so both of those are like adult fantasy books, and then after those ones, I really got into the YA voice. And so my last 3 books have been young adult focused.
That's so funny because I started in young adult, and then we were like, we got to age this up. And I went like
I know.
Deep adult.
That's because you're like brutal. Like, I love it. It's so like the blood and the intensity and everything. But it was like, oh no, this cannot be young adult.
No, that's where we started though. So I love that it circled back around that you're in young adult now.
Yeah, I think it was like post kids that I was really fascinated in looking at the world through a kid's eyes again, like all of those firsts. And so just that the character arc is just so interesting for me, that coming of age and the first love and the first heartbreak and the first like finding out who you are in that journey. Like I was so very into it. Yeah.
Like,
after
super
having
important.
kids.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, oh man. So I know you can't talk about your books, but what projects are you working on? Like, and it doesn't have to be writing. Like what are you focused on right now?
What am I focused on right now? Like, what have I been sprinting my way through the last few weeks? I am currently editing a sailing, like contemporary suspense. Kind of inspired by my time in North Carolina. As you mentioned, we lived on a sailboat for the 4 years we were in North Carolina. And so I definitely think that that's a unique setting, and I wanted to shape a story around something like that and having like that North Carolina sailing culture in there. So it's kind of like a thriller suspense, like murder mystery a little bit, kind of like Outer Banks, if you've seen that.
Yes,
very similar vibes.
I want it. The kids still talk about the houseboat, the sailboat all the time.
Oh, I know. That was so fun when we took them sailing. They were so cute. Yeah. Like they were little then. They're like, they would actually be like crew age now, I feel like.
Oh yeah. 13 and 11. And Anya's taller than me.
Mm-hmm.
So she's like, she could do all the sailing stuff. I'll just sit there and watch.
We put her to work.
Oh, yeah. James is still a little short and little.
It's okay. He's strong yet. We'll just get him pulling some lines.
I give him about 6 more months before he hits his growth spurt, and then I'm outmatched in my house.
Oh no. I'm gonna be the shortest one.
I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, you're gonna be like yelling up, like, hey, listen to me.
I'll start carrying a step stool around and stand on it.
Yeah.
All right, so sailing, that's what you're working on now, is a sailing contemporary. I love that you have so much variety in what you write. Like, I absolutely love that, because Like, I know I'm writing a series, but also like I don't know that I'm scared to venture out into other things. It's like I know what I know and I'm good at it. So I'm like, I'll leave that to somebody else. But you just like dive in, you're like, let's do it. I love it.
I tend to like bounce around. Yeah, it's hard to like, I can't imagine writing a series because I get bored. Like, I feel like I'm like, okay, I've told the story in this universe, and so now it's time to move on to the next thing. But I bet you could like pull elements of what you enjoy writing about your like assassin action, like all of those elements, and then you can just transfer them
Probably
like something really cool with fantasy. I bet like you could definitely do some really cool stuff with it.
one day when I finish the series, maybe.
When you the series, yeah. Wait, how many more books do you have left?
I have Reaper, which should be a novella, and then I actually do have the final series, like the final book series, like book planned, but I don't know if it's gonna be 1 or 2 books.
Ooh, fun.
Yeah, like I actually know how the series ends now. So 3 more books, maybe, since I just finished this one.
You can see the whole story arc now.
Yeah, it's
Awesome.
exciting. But there's a ton of spin-offs I can do. Like I just finished the prequel to it, and with Maureen and her story.
Oh yeah,
that was hard.
I'm sure.
It was supposed to be a novella, and once I started, it's 103,000 words. It was supposed to be a novella, and it's like I had to stop. I was like, we can't write anymore. Like, there's still like 10 years of story that needs to be told to bridge the gap, and I'm like, I can't write anymore. This has to be finished.
Oh my gosh,
so I can write in this world forever, I feel like.
Yeah, well, she's such a compelling character too. Like when you craft characters, like you have 20, 30 years of like backstory to build them up. Like it's all there. It's amazing. Your characters are so complex.
My
Makes
goal
them very
with
entertaining.
this, well, the goal was to like introduce characters that were kind of just dropped in at the end of the last book, but they're from Maureen's past. So I wanted the readers to be like, oh, these people are kind of dangerous and kind of important. Yeah. Maureen was like, we're just going to just rip everybody's heart out this entire book. And I was like, oh, okay, you're in charge. I'm just here. Don't hurt me.
I'm just here for the ride.
So yeah, you have your sailing one.
Yes.
Do you have you future planned at all, or are you waiting until they just kind of come to you?
Well, the one that got me my agent, that one is a YA contemporary about a girl and her disabled older sister, and they go on like this kind of madcap road trip to track down their estranged father and get a kidney for the older sister. It's like it's a very it's like lighthearted and funny, but like also kind of dealing with a lot of really big questions for both the girls and their futures. So there's big news on that one. I can't say yet. But then yeah, I'm working on the sailing mystery, and then of course I'm going to go like a totally different direction again, and
that's okay.
I think I'm going to do like a YA through the ages with like one couple that keeps finding each other over and over throughout the years, but more in like a curse type of capacity.
I like it even more.
So, but that one is like just in like the baby brainstorm, just word vomit all of my ideas onto a notebook phase. So nothing has been started with that yet. Maybe this summer.
Ooh.
We'll see.
I love that. So big news we can't talk about. What is your okay? When you're drafting, when you're writing, when you're publishing, what's your favorite part of all of it? Like,
ooh,
like
yeah. I would say probably like writing the beginning, which like I think it's just because I'm excited about a new idea. I'm excited to get to know these characters. I want to see where it takes me. Usually I have like a general idea of where the story's going, but just that like discovery beginning where you're not really worried about the continuity. Sometimes in like the murky middle, you're like, wait, am I taking this in the wrong direction? There's really no like wrong thing to do at the beginning of a project. And I find that really freeing. And I can just kind of go deep in that part in my brain that just wants to create things, and I don't have anything to worry about. I'm not editing. I'm not going to show this to anybody anytime soon. It's probably like the truest part of writing for me. And then
Yes.
The ending is also fun because you're like almost there, but also there's that pressure of like, you got to wrap it up correctly. Otherwise, what have you been doing the last 80,000 words? Yeah.
You've been fumbling for the last 80,000 words.
What's your favorite part?
The aha moments, when the plot starts to just fall into place.
Ooh,
where I'm like, oh yeah, that's what's gonna happen, or like, oh, that's how that happened. I've had those, like, and not when I'm writing. Usually I'm driving or showering. I have one like
shower too for me. Yeah.
Big major one that happened in the shower. It was like 2 a.m. because I like worked really late, and I got home and I was writing, and it's like 2 a.m. and I was showering. I was like, oh shit, like loud, because I was like, I cannot believe it. My husband's like, what's wrong? I'm like,
this is the moment I've been waiting for.
Like, nothing. Mason just told me something really important, and he's like, oh, and he went back to bed. Like,
he knows. Oh, he's like, what strange man was talking to you in the shower? Oh, okay, that's fine.
He's just used to it by now that I'm just like, yeah, like, so-and-so said this. And he's like, are they real or are they your character? I'm like, they're the same.
Is it real?
What kind of question is that? They're real. They are my character. Yeah. They are
one and the same. It's the same question.
But yeah, the aha moments when things really start to click, those are my favorite. Because I think my worst part is like when I'm stuck and nothing makes sense anymore, and I've been writing for like 70,000 words, and I'm like, what have I been doing with my life? Like,
where am I going with this?
None of this makes sense. How about you? What do you hate?
Oh God, what do I hate? I hate, but I love like intensive revisions where I'm like moving like major chunks of the plot because I feel like I'm like failing at all parts. like I'm making it way worse. Like I know in the long run it's going to be better, but that feeling where you're like, now I've just ripped this all up and I don't really know how I'm going to put it back together. That's a little bit scary. But it's always worth it in the end. It's just making myself do it. But yeah, I also really, really hate thinking of titles.
You know, I used to hate thinking of titles, but they've just kind of come to me throughout the things. And I created like yours is hard because you have so many different genres, and like we have to hit the genre to go with it. But once I decided on the Assassin's Legacy and the second one, I was like, oh, the Assassin's Sin. I kind of just set the precedent.
Yeah, that they're all going to be like this theme. Yeah.
Yeah. The Assassin's Storm was really hard to name because I was like, I don't know what to name this.
It was perfect, though.
Yeah, it worked out perfect, but I had no idea. And then the rest of them, the Alliance and the Reaper, came to me. And I don't know what the last one's called because I actually don't know what that story arc fully looks like yet. So probably halfway through drafting, it'll pop out.
But you're going to have some aha moments. Which is your favorite?
I love them.
I feel like it's so wild. Like how much our subconscious does like the work in the background.
Yes.
Like it's, how much of my brain space is dedicated to
it's amazing
what I'm doing. Yeah. And it will just like solve these problems. It's great.
For me. Yeah. Like I had that happen. Oh, when I went back and reread, I had to go back and reread Legacy and Sin to prep for Storm because I always reread my books. I love rereading my books. I don't know about you, but I will
can't do it.
No, I have them on audio and I just listen to them because I enjoy the story. Like I'm obsessed. 100% I'm obsessed. But I was listening to it, and some of the foreshadowing that I put in without actually knowing what was going to happen in the future, I was like, I'm a genius.
Look how good I am at this.
And so I told my friend Christina, I was like, if I ever tell you that I feel like I'm a dumb or an idiot or I'm a terrible writer, remind me that like my subconscious knows what it's doing and just trust it. Like I'm a good writer because I trust the creative part of my brain just to keep functioning and doing its thing.
Yep.
I don't think I could have planned like some of the foreshadowing. I could not have planned that. Like
that's incredible.
It's insane. Also, very weird and makes me question my sanity. But you know.
Well, just so there's no spoilers, but later on, I want you to like let me know which parts you didn't realize you were foreshadowing for the books, because that's wild.
Yeah, we'll do it right after. I'll tell you, they were insane. I'm like, oh, and they're usually like just word, like quotes, like dialogue that the characters are having between each other, and like 2 books later, I'm like, oh,
Call back.
I didn't even have this idea back then. Like, how did I know? It's insane. So,
oh my gosh,
I'm making notes.
So rereading your own stuff, you love it.
Yes.
I have not. This is gonna sound really bad, but I have not read, like, since it's been published, a hard copy of either one of my books. I think it was like originally because I was too, like, I was just done with the story at that point. It's been through copy edits and revision. Like, by the time you get it, like, you're so sick of looking at it, you've read it like 10 million times through. But like now, because they were like, what, published 7 and 8 years ago? No, 6 and 7 years ago. Because it was like right after I had Wes. That I feel like my style has changed. I've grown as a writer. I'm writing different genre. Like, I don't know. Part of me is really nervous that I'm going to read it and I'm going to hate it.
So there's a lot in Legacy as I go back and read it. I'm like, I would love to go back and do a rewrite and clean up Legacy, which maybe I will after I finish the series. I'm going to go back and I might go back and clean that up and re-release it just so it flows a little bit better. But yeah.
This changes that you wish, but I'm really scared I'm gonna like open it up and be like, why did I put this in the book and is now like immortalized in these pages? And it's kind of like looking back at outfits that you wore in college. Like, you're like, I was so cute, like, look at me going out. And then you look back, you're like, oh no.
I think that's one thing that I really love, that because I indie publish. I think that's one thing that I didn't realize that I was going to love about indie publishing is I can go in and take it down and I can edit it and put up a new edition, and I don't have to, like, I just do it.
Yeah. Like, you're in control of it. It's fine.
Yeah. I'm like, oh man, look at those 5 typos. I'm just going to go in and fix them. Like,
new book dropped, everyone.
So, but I may go back and redo it. Did you? Okay. I started a Patreon. Did I tell you that? I started a Patreon.
You told me you were like doing a lot of things. The podcast was one of them. And then you were doing like pre-orders for some books or something. Like, there was like a huge list of all the things.
So much going, because like he's leaving for 3 months. So why would I take it easy? Like,
of course not.
Pile it on.
Right.
Yeah. But this is going to make you cringe. I posted the OG manuscripts of the Assassin's Legacy. The I think they were like 2012. The very first versions, when it was young adult, when it was just Erin's perspective. Super cringy, super like...
Oh, bless you. That was brave.
I'm posting it chapter by chapter, and then I go in and I make a video talking about the changes and like why things, like, it was like I had such problematic character. Like, Mr. Wayward was so problematic the very first time I wrote him, because he was just, I'm evil because I'm evil and I'm just going to abuse my daughter, because at the time we were reading a lot of young adult where that was like Draco Malfoy's dad and like all of that. Like, they're just...
Yeah. There was no like depth to the character. It was just like, he's a bad guy. That's it.
Yeah. And so it was very surface level.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm really glad it took me 10 years to write it. But I posted that one, and then I found, I am posting that one. And then I found the 2016 where I added, I think it's right before I added in Luke's perspective.
Yes, because I remember we would chat about it. Like, you come up to the cockpit and we would just like spitball and like, bounce ideas off each other. Mm-hmm.
But I think I'll have to go back and double check, but I think it's right before I added in Luke's perspective. But it's a whole different story now because I changed who the villains were. And I'm posting that one too, because I'm like, look, this is 10 years from here to here. Like, this is
the growth that happened.
Yeah. So when you talk about not rereading your cringy work, I just published my very first version of the book that is absolutely terrible.
I'm gonna post it and analyze it for everybody. No, but that's so great. Like, what a great idea. Also to like show other people, like, you know, here's a little baby writer. Like, here's what she did. Like, these are the mistakes. And
amazing. I queried that thing.
Dude, I think back to like my first like portal fantasy book. I wrote it in like 2013 or something. 2013, 2014. And it was very, very bad. It was a YA fantasy, and I definitely queried that. And maybe one day I will be brave enough to like post it, but it was so terrible. But I finished it. And I think like going through the whole process of being like 85,000 words all the way through the end, and then having a story that like, yes, it was terrible, but it made sense. I had character arcs, I had like all of these things that I wouldn't have known how to do if I hadn't just like carried it through to the end. So I think that's like finishing something is the most important part of the learning curve, even if it's terrible. As long as you finish it, you will learn something.
So I'm hoping to like get that out to people and share it a little bit and be like, look, like this is learn from this. Like, look how terrible it was. Mm-hmm. Look at all the drafts I went through. It took 10 years. Mm-hmm. It's okay if it's taking you a while. It's supposed to take you a while. It's a book. It's not like a, you know.
I was super frustrated for a really long time because I would like read amazing books and then I would try to write an amazing book, and there was just such a huge disconnect. Like, why can't, like, I don't understand. It's like my brain didn't,
And I spent a lot of time trying to like emulate what I was reading. Like that wasn't my writing style. And that's where I got caught up, is because I was like, why can't I write like this? Because that's not how, that's not my writing style. And I had to learn my writing style. And what I was good at and what I was bad at and what I should totally avoid. Because
how would you define like your style and your voice? Like
now?
Yeah, as an author, what makes yours distinct? If your reader picks up your book and they're like, oh, that's a Libby Webber book.
Gritty. I think they're gritty. They're raw. And don't hold punches. Heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Don't expect anybody to live.
As a reader and a fan of your books, I would say this underlying feeling that like nobody is safe. Yeah. And so like, I just feel like I'm unsettled the entire time reading your book.
I'm using that. I love that. No one is safe. It's true. One of my beta readers, he was doing a hashtag, Libby Webber stop killing.
Stop killing off my favorite characters.
It's brutal. It's brutal. Yeah, but no one's safe. Because when I first, this is why I couldn't be young adult. It's because when I was in the young adult space, at the end you have to have hope, right? Like you have to have some type of, and there was no hope for my two main characters to get back together. Like from what he did and what she did, they couldn't move forward. Like, in a reality situation. And so I wanted to keep it as realistic as possible. Could I have made them be like, it's okay? Like, yeah.
No, you were like true to the characters.
I'm like, and they would never.
That was it. Yeah.
And so that's everyone. That, and whatever they think they want, they don't. Like they get what they want and they're like, this is totally not what I wanted. I do that a lot. So I'm like, this is what you wanted. Okay. You worked really hard for it. And then they're like, this is totally not what I wanted. Take it back.
This is trash. I regret everything.
You wanted her safe. This is the consequence of that. Like, I don't know if I actually want her that safe anymore. Like, let's not do this.
Yeah. I feel like you take these like some of the tropes, but you leave them in the real world. Like, what are the consequences of this? Not like the book Happily Ever After, or the book consequences for things. You take these elements and you're like, no, we're going to like leave them in the real world. Like, they would not forgive each other and get back together. It's just like, that's why they feel so much like real people instead of characters sometimes. It's because they behave so much like real people.
Yeah.
On the page.
Thank you. I appreciate that. What would you say your writing style is now that you've got 8 books under your belt?
I think that by going into the YA space, I really found my voice, my like sarcastic, funny voice. Like, growing up, my little sister was always like the funny one in the family. So I was like, oh, like I'm going to kind of, be the responsible one. I don't know, just like do things a little bit more by the book. And writing these characters now, I've realized that you can get people's attention and discuss some uncomfortable and difficult things as long as you're funny. As long as people are entertained while reading your stuff, you can really get the message across. Because if it's really sad or depressing, like, kids don't really want to read about that. They want to
be entertained.
They want to be entertained. They want to have a best friend voice. And so I think that's been my focus over the past few books, is like honing that. Like, I was a huge Meg Cabot fan growing up. Basically, like, reading all those Princess Diary books, I was like, she feels like my best friend. Like, these characters, I feel like I know them. And it's just a page turner because they're so funny, and they're not, the voice helps you through, if that makes sense. So like, adapting that to deal with more serious topics is, I think, like, I don't know, what I've tried to do over the last few books. But yeah,
I like it. I was gonna say wistful as well, because even in Cloaked, I get a little bit of that not whimsiful, but like, it's 7 a.m. here. Hold on, I'm thinking of words. Like hopeful and
hopeful,
like
yeah.
Yep. Like, you always have that underlying tone to it too, which I appreciate.
Maybe I'm afraid to put my characters through like too much, actually.
That's not a bad thing. People have to read happy stuff after me.
I just have a hard time being like very cutthroat with characters. I'm like, no.
So sad. I don't know. I have a couple characters that I'm like, I do not want to touch them. I'm going to have to, but they've been protected for a few books.
For far too long.
Yeah. No one's safe.
Give what's coming to you.
So what are you drinking, first of all? Like, what are you drinking? Because
I'm drinking lavender honey tea. What are you drinking?
I'm drinking honey. Just honey tea.
Honey tea?
Yeah.
Yum.
I wanted lavender tea, and I haven't found any out here.
Oh, really?
Like, I'm sure there's some out here, but this week at work, one of my coworkers was talking about the lavender tea that his wife gets, and it's like fresh. And I'm like, where? And he's like, we can't remember where we got it. And I'm like,
give it to me. Yeah, it's very good. It's soothing. I was a little nervous. I have not been on a podcast ever. So I was like, I need something calming. This is my first podcast. Yeah.
Congratulations.
I'm very excited. When you invited me, I was like, sure. And then I was like getting my computer ready, and I was like, oh God, like, what if I'm really awkward?
No. I love podcasts. I've been a guest on so many podcasts, and some of them have been very, like, not stilted, but like very question answer. And then like, it just feels like I'm just
like an interview.
Yeah. Which, I mean, like, they kind of were, but also it was very much like I felt unprepared. And I'm like, no, I'm going to do a podcast with my friends and meet new friends, and we're going to hang out and we're going to chat about whatever we want to chat about. And
it's very casual. Yeah.
Well, because I've sold more books. Personally, I've sold more books talking about myself, and I've bought more books. Yeah. I've bought more books listening to people talk about themselves, and I'm like, oh, I want to buy your book. You're cool. Like, you're interesting. Like, I like you. I want to support you. Let me buy your book. Versus
Amazing.
someone being like, this is my book. These are all the
Yeah.
things about my book. Buy it. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't think I want to. Don't tell me what to do.
Yeah. I just have a hard time with like the marketing aspect of things in general. It's so much, and like I applaud you for
it is
trying
so
all
hard.
of the things. Like it's just overwhelming to me. Yeah.
I hate marketing so much. But I have found that I like marketing more when I know that I'm reaching people. So I have some amazing fans and readers on TikTok, and like they pump me up. Like it was so sweet. I had a lady who I've never met, like, and she posted on one of my videos. She's like, I almost called out of work today because I needed to finish the third book. And I'm like,
yeah, it's working.
I'm like, so something's working. So that helps me keep the marketing stuff. Like, I need to be fed. Like, please feed me some like words of affirmation, please, to let me know it's working.
Yeah, I'm not just shouting into the void.
Yeah. So I'm learning to enjoy the marketing, but I do not prefer it. I prefer.
Well, I think it's like if you stay true to yourself and your own interests, like, and then kind of promote the book on the side, because yours is tied up so nicely, like with the jujitsu and then all of your action scenes. Like, there's aspects of your life that directly feed into like why you were the person to write this book. So that's pretty cool.
I have not done jujitsu lately, though. I'm going to start it up again, I think.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Well, he leaves for 3 months. So this kind of works out nicely. Not that he's leaving for 3 months. But I have to solo parent. So like after work, I have to take the kids to all their activities, which he usually splits with me. And he usually takes them to jujitsu, and I'll come home and do dinner and stuff. But I have to take her to jujitsu now. I'm like, well, if I'm already taking her, I might as well just go to class.
Yeah.
Because I'm already there. So.
And then you go home, you stick a frozen pizza in the oven, and then everybody gets fed. It's all good.
That's what we've been doing. Stop at Family Mart, stop at McDonald's, which normally we don't eat McDonald's in the States, but here it's a little bit different. The ingredients are different. So I'm like, whatever. I don't care. Yeah. Eat whatever you want.
It's just survival mode while you're single parenting. I just did a 2-week single parenting stint last week. So yeah.
You survived?
I did survive. Even though we had back-to-back 3-day weekends and
it's not, mine are older now. I can leave them home.
Yeah. I still have the preschooler. But everything will change come fall because I'll have 2 kids in school full time.
That means you get to write full time.
I'm going to be able to write a ton. Hopefully. Do you ever feel like sometimes you're like more productive in shorter stints, like if you're cramming it in versus if you have like a whole day?
Okay, so like this last book I wrote, I've had a year to write it. I wrote the book on the deadline when I had no time. I'm not productive when I have time. When I have all day, I get nothing done. When I'm like, I've got 5 gazillion things to do, I pump out books like it's nobody's business because I have to.
Yeah, it's like you can't second guess yourself or procrastinate. It's like, no, this is just like something on my to-do list that I have to do.
Yeah, if I am not like, well, like when we first got here, I was like, oh, I'm going to dedicate all of my time to writing because it's hard to get a job over here. Like the kids are in school, like I'm going to write. And like, I just was not productive in writing. I was like, all right, I'm going to pick up substitute teaching. So like we get some extra income because the kids want to do activities. And like, I was writing a little bit, but like I got this, like, this is so stupid. I picked up the full-time, well, it's half-time. So it's every other day ELA long-term sub at the beginning of the year. And that was a lot of work because like it's grading and lesson planning, and I absolutely loved it. But I was writing, but not as productively because like now I was grading papers and all this other stuff. Then I got I slid over to the secretary position, which it's full time. I'm there 6 a.m. to 3. And after school, get the kids. I wrote more words since December when I took this job than I have in like the 8 months before when I had plenty of time to write.
My gosh.
Like that's just how I operate. Whatever trauma. Yeah, whatever trauma that is how I operate. And we just go with it. My husband's tried to figure it out.
Yeah, no motivation like last minute panic. I mean, that's
my procrastination game is on point. That's how I graduated with my master's, procrastinating.
Oh yeah,
I got great grades.
In the end, I wish that you were still in the States though, because I really want you to go to AWP this year. Have you heard of it?
No.
AWP is like the biggest writing convention in the US. There's like 13 to 15,000 writers. We all convene in the chosen city. 2 years ago, it was in Seattle, which was my first time. Last year was Kansas City. This year it's in LA. And it's like 3 full days of the most amazing seminars and topics, and like
when
everybody goes, like so many different people, like in the publishing, agents, like
it's the 50 books or 20 books to 50K that I went to for indie authors, like huge.
Kind of, yeah, it's huge, but it's like there's so much about the craft too, and just a lot of time to meet other writers. And it's not so much, I know the 20 to 50, a lot of it's like a marketing push, right?
They have a lot of crafting, and they do
a lot of crafting stuff. Okay.
Yeah, they do all of it. I think it's just a smaller scale because it's just for indie authors.
Yeah, they have
Are you going?
A ton. Yes, I'm going this year. I did not go last year because Connor was gone, and I didn't have childcare. And yes, I'm going this year. It's at the end of March, and I'm really, really, really excited. When you move back to the States, if and when you do,
if and when,
I really want to go with you. We would have so much fun.
Is it always in March?
It's either like late March or early April sometimes, I think.
Because I can plan to come back to the States for a week.
I think next year it's going to be in Boston.
I'll go to that one because my family's in New England.
There you go. 2026.
I'm writing it down. Happening. 2026. Can I already buy tickets or do I have to wait?
No, they're focused on the 25 right now.
Okay. Well, once those are available, let me know. I will meet you in Boston. My cousin lives in Massachusetts. My family lives in Connecticut. So I'll take a trip home.
It'll be great.
Exciting.
It's so fun. It's such a great conference. It's like, I mean, you're like fire hosed with information, but it's an absolute blast.
Yes. Okay. It's in the books. We're going in March or April, whenever it is, of 2026.
Okay. Yay!
So excited. I'm always looking to learn more. I think that's the biggest thing as an author, that I have to be willing to learn and grow and change and adapt as authors.
I think the biggest thing for me as an author is to like hang with other writers, like that community. Community is so important because everything is so solitary with writing, and
so solitary.
Yeah, having the community is so helpful. Like not just with like beta reading or reviews, but like actually being able to sit and chat with somebody like you about like, well, how has your voice developed over the years? Like all these things that, I don't know, people that don't write don't
understand.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or like one of my best writing friends, Alice, she's in Texas now. We met last time I was out here in Okie, and same thing. We both signed up for like, I think it was Nano, and we met at a Starbucks. Yeah. And we just sat every week. We'd sit and write together. And we would just like, I would talk out problems. Like sometimes my husband and my friends don't understand I don't actually need you to answer the questions. I need you to let me say it out loud to another human so it works itself out. And that's it. Well, my husband gets it now. He took me out one time for a 2-hour date where I just talked about the books for 2 hours because I was stuck on a plot hole and I couldn't figure it out. And by the end of that 2.5-hour date that I talked about the book,
you figured it out?
I figured it out.
Amazing.
Yeah, he's been really amazing, but it's taken, I mean, we've been together 20 years now, and it's taken a while for him to be like, oh, you don't need help. You just need a sounding board. To smile and nod. That's it. I'm like, yeah, just smile and nod at me. Don't ask questions. Just let me vomit. Other writers get that. Or they get the right questions to ask. Like I had a beta reader who was like, I'm stuck on this. And I just let them vomit. And like, I could pick out, I'm like, what about this? And they're like, oh, that's it. I'm like, my job here is done.
Yep. knowing the right questions to ask is huge.
That's it. So I do miss that. I don't have that here, like a writing group.
Well, I joined, so last year I won a fellowship with the Pen Apprentice writing organization. They are an organization that is solely dedicated to helping support writers who are parents.
I love that.
Yeah, they're wonderful. And every year they do a fellowship, and you have to have a child who is 11 or under. So like parents of young children, especially, but people with older kids are more than welcome to join too. But we have like an accountability group. So every Monday night from 8 to 9, I sit down with, the 10 people in the group on Zoom, and we talk about our like goals. So like every week we'll set new goals. So the first part of the meeting is like, did you achieve your goals? How did you feel about it? Like, we don't talk about like the specifics of projects really, but sometimes we will if somebody's stuck on something or needs advice. And then we goal set for the next week. Like, okay, well, what do we think our schedule is going to allow us to do? Because with kids, it is so hard.
It is.
Your time is not your own. So like, oh, okay, well, I'm going to try to get through 30 pages of editing this week. And then, you have people that you are accountable for. I mean, you get like a gold star if you achieve your goal. But
I love the gold stars.
But even that's really helpful because you're talking with people that have the same challenges that you face. Like, oh, school's out for the week. We had 3 snow days this week. Like, my editing did not go as planned.
Yeah. And it makes me feel seen. Because otherwise people are like, well, just put something on TV. Or like, I love that people who aren't parents, and this is heavy shade. This is heavy shade. I love how people without kids like to be like, well, why don't you just do this? Yeah. Because like, I didn't think of that. Like, just
my 4-year-old is attached to me 12 hours a day.
Like my kid would never do that. Like, yeah. Call me.
Yep.
Call me when that happens. I would love to hear about it, because I can guarantee you whatever you think that you know about parenting, until you've done it, you don't know.
And you know what? Same for me becoming a parent. I have never been more humbled in my entire life.
Yeah. Like,
so
yeah, it's good to be with people who are like the same stages of life. Because it helps. Like, now that my kids are older, I have different problems than I did when my kids were younger. And so finding parents who have kids the same age where I could be like, my kids did this. And like they can get it. They're like, yeah, that's normal. Or, oh, is that what I have to look forward to? Great. Versus like, parents who haven't reached that stage yet are like, that's coming. Like, yeah. Yep. Have fun. Come join us. My daughter's still very much a Velcro kid, even at 13 and bigger than me. And she just sits on my lap.
Oh, but that's like so sweet. Hanging with Mom. Has she started writing any of her own stories yet?
No. They probably won't because I do it.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah. Maybe when they're a little older and they're less trying not to be like me.
I was editing like 2 days ago, and my daughter comes in and she's like, "Wow, Mommy, did you write all that? How many pages is that?" And I like scroll. It's like 250 something pages in a Word document. She's like, "It's like what did you think all this time that I've been doing?" I think it was like the first time it clicked for her that she was like, "Oh wow." She's in first grade, so like
Now she's writing.
just now starting to get into like the Magic Treehouse chapter books and understanding like how many words on a page, maybe. I think that was like the piece that finally connected, where she was just like, "Oh my God, you wrote a lot of words."
Anya did write a book when she used to write when she was younger, when I wrote. Now she's like, I'm too cool for that.
Too cool.
Okay.
Middle school.
High school next year. Can you believe it? Remember she was a cute little like 5-year-old on your boat?
I know. I would help her with her gymnastics skills.
She's still tumbling.
That's awesome. Good for her.
It's harder now because she's so tall and has grown. But
yeah,
she still tumbles. She can still throw her body like I don't know what.
Amazing.
Like amazing, like do, and I'm like, that's so cool. I can't touch my toes today. I hurt my back yesterday sitting down.
Get back in that jiu-jitsu fighting form.
Yeah. Well, I'm coming up on 40. So.
No, you're not.
I'm turning 39 this year. I don't look like it. Doesn't make me feel any less like it.
You've had so many books though in this last decade.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Isn't that crazy to think like where you were at 29 and then 39? Like all of these books like came out of you.
It's amazing. Yeah, I birthed a gazillion more babies.
It's so cool.
Yeah, I love it.
I feel like
so.
Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say like I feel like there's a lot of pressure for people to like, I don't know, accomplish everything they're going to accomplish by like the time they're 25, like that's so 30 ridiculous. Under 30. And I feel like for writers, like we really start to like accelerate at you know, 30s. Mid-30s. Like that's
because you have enough life experience to supplement your voice. There's the few that when they're like who can be successful when they're younger, but I think you really can get depth when you've had that much life experience and that much loss. That like I lost both my parents. I had kids. We moved across the world. I've lost friends. Like you can build that into your writing because now you've experienced it. Which, if you've never experienced it, can you write about it? Yes. But is it going to be as powerful? Maybe not. And so I think that's true. The more life experience you have, the more you write. I loved my 30s. I'm looking forward to my 40s.
Yeah. I feel like it's like only getting better, you know?
Yes. Like, it only gets better. That's it. Only going uphill. No downhill from here. No, I was going to say, I always ask this question towards the end of the podcast, but I'm going to be specific about it because we love Buffy.
Okay.
If you could identify with, well, you can do both. If you can identify with one character from anything, book, movie, TV, who would it be?
Oh.
So anybody, but then like in the Buffyverse, who would it be?
Oh my gosh. That's such a hard question. Like the fan of me wants to be like Buffy, but like I'm not. Say in the Buffyverse, are we like including like angel characters too?
Yeah, you can.
Okay, the Buffyverse. I don't know. I feel like maybe like a Willow. Like, I'm very into like research mode and problem solving. That actually, maybe I'm Giles at this point in my life, to be honest.
I'm Giles.
Describing this. Yeah,
I'm
probably like,
100% Giles. Like, I
yeah.
can fight, but I have very little patience for like stupidity at this point. But
Yeah.
I'll do the research and I'll train people.
That's a great question. Yeah. Yep. I would say we're more like Giles at this point in my life. But did you hear the news?
Yes, I'm so excited. So that's I did read her thing. So for those listening, we're like bumping. There's talks with Sarah Michelle Gellar to bring back a version of Buffy, which she's been very adamant that she did not want to do because she did not want to do it a disservice. But I guess they've been talking for what, like 4 years, and she's very comfortable about the direction that they're going. So there may be a Buffyverse pickup. I don't want to say reboot because I don't think it's going to be a reboot. I think it's going to be, I don't know what it's
I think
going to
she'll
be.
be like in it though.
Oh,
Maybe not like central character, but she's in it. I'm so excited. I cannot believe this is happening in my lifetime.
I have been waiting forever. Like, I absolutely love it. I would love to have, like, some of them we can't have back, but like Spike's my favorite.
Oh, me too. Yep.
I wonder if
100%.
they'll bring Dawn back in.
Oh, maybe. Yeah. I don't know. Emma Caulfield, who plays Anya, she reposted the news too. So, like, maybe they'll bring her back too. I don't know. I remember the finale. Things aren't.
Willow.
But yeah.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I'm really excited for it. So, we'll see
Yes.
what happens.
Fingers crossed that it happens in the next few years and not like 10 years from now. I've been waiting a long time.
Yeah. But that's okay. Just keep waiting. Keep rewatching the same 7 seasons over and over.
Over and over and over. Yeah, I'm Giles 100%. I'd like to think I'm Buffy, but
I'm not that extroverted. Or she's just like a team leader.
I could be. But I don't think I'd want to be.
I don't have the ability to make like a rousing speech.
I could do that. I've done that at work. I can definitely do that. But I don't. Yeah, I don't know. I just like Giles.
Maybe they'll do a TV show out of your books one day.
They better. That's what I'm working towards. That's the goal.
That'll be amazing. Yours would translate really well to the screen.
Yeah. I started the screenplay for it, and I was like, nope, stop, because I need to finish the series first. Because in my head, on a TV series, I could take stuff from the prequel and like you can move things around, and redesign it. And so that's what I want to do. Is I want to finish the series. As soon as I get it back from the editor, I'll send you a copy. It is so good. This book is really good.
Awesome.
Like in a completely different direction though, because I usually do multi-point of view.
Mm-hmm.
Maureen would not let go. It's just Maureen's head the entire way through, which was different for me.
A twisted place to be.
It didn't start twisted. She was very sweet in the beginning. It's her villain.
I need to see her origin story.
Yeah, her origin story is terrible. Good writing, terrible story. Like, it's just so bad for her. But it covers 10 years, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And most of my books cover most of my books.
A weekend.
It's a massacre.
You cram like everything into like 3 days.
Like, we don't have time to do anything else. We have a massacre going on right now. Like, we're just going to hang out here. The first book, I think, was like 6 months, maybe. But like, I time hopped a little bit. Mm-hmm. And then book 2 was a weekend. Yeah. Then book 3 was a weekend. Like,
it's like that show 24, but it's like.
Yeah. But this one was 10 years. Mm-hmm. It was really hard to do. That it was a challenge for me, and I
It's
was
like
really
a really big character arc that has to happen.
I didn't even finish. I didn't even. So the accident that happens with her, I didn't even get there.
Oh, so the reader has to like fill in what they know or what's coming from like the other books.
Well, I did an epilogue that kind of touches on it, but it's 11 years after I finish the book.
Wow.
So like there's still so much to go because it's 11 years, and then it's another 7 years before book 1 starts. Yeah. I don't know if I pulled it off. That's why I'm paying an editor a lot of money to be like, can you just like fix
Does this make sense?
Yeah. Is there even a story arc here, or did I just word vomit for 103,000 words and there's actually no plot?
This is all just backstory.
This is what it feels like right now. Feels like there's like zero plot to it. But yeah, writing that much is like the time hop is crazy.
There's always like a point I get to in my editing process where I'm like, who cares? Like, what is the point of the story? Like, what is this saying? Like,
why?
What reader would even care about this? What is the point? I feel like I'm at that point right now.
I hope it would make a good TV series, but I have to finish the series so then I can, like, we can have back flashes and flashbacks. Jesus Christ. Flashbacks so that we can fill in the gaps in a different way than how I did it with like a whole book of backstory.
Yeah, that would be fun though.
Yeah, so that's the next project after.
Because you already don't have enough projects going on.
No, I don't. There's a lot. This podcast, another podcast, the audiobook. I have to get back into the audiobook. It's been sitting for like a month and a half.
Oh, really?
Untouched. Yeah. It had background noise because he's in a new studio and there was some hiccups. So he's like, okay, get it back to me. And I was like, I had like set amount of time I could do it in.
Yeah.
And I was out of time. And I was like, I can't touch this now till February.
Yeah.
So
too many other things taking priority. Yeah.
Like the editor I paid for, who I couldn't miss the deadline, or I'd be out a lot of money. Nothing so motivational as a very expensive editor, worth every penny, to be like, if you don't get it in, you lose your deposit, and I can't see it again for like 3 or 4 months.
Yeah. Definitely a good motivator.
Best motivator ever. That's what I tell everybody. They're like, how'd you get it done so fast? I was like, well, first of all, it wasn't fast. It was procrastinated. Okay. I had
Second of all, no other choice.
I don't recommend this at all. It's very bad for your mental health. And like my family was very stressed. However, if you do it this way, you'll probably get it done. So for our readers, well, yes, for our readers, but for our listeners, yes. Where can they find you? What would you like them to know about you and any of that stuff?
Well, you can find me at taylorhobbsauthor.com. And my Instagram handle is at taylorhobbsauthor. And those are really like my only two. I'm really bad at social mediaing. But I actually enjoy Instagram, so they can connect and follow me there. I'll probably follow you back. And what do I want people to know about me?
Yeah.
God, I feel like this is like, when you go around the room and they're like, what's one fun fact about you? You're like, I don't know anything. Taylor, everything I've ever thought of is now
facts about you.
Left my head.
Okay, so she lived on a sailboat. Okay, that's a fun fact, which was so cool. What else have you done?
Well, my husband he's Reserve Marine Corps now, but he was active duty Marine Corps, so we moved around a lot. Oklahoma, California, North Carolina, Virginia.
She's a nomad.
Yep. I have 2 sisters. My older sister, she's severely disabled and deaf, so I know American Sign Language. And
which is so cool. I keep trying to teach myself. It's very hard to teach yourself, but I'm working on it.
Awesome. Yeah. So my kids, when they were little, especially, were doing a ton of signing before that they were talking. So yeah, we work on that in my house. And I am a huge Buffy nerd, as we've already discussed. I am really into like yoga and weightlifting. And I was a competitive gymnast when I was younger, and then switched to cheerleading. I cheered in college for 4 years, and I have 2 kids now. No longer tumbling.
That happens when you have children.
Yeah, no longer welcome on a trampoline. And, yeah, I feel like, I don't know. Those are some fun facts about me.
Those are awesome fun facts. Well, thank you for joining us. I will get all this updated, and then when you get your big news, let me know, because we'll do another one.
I will. Okay. Thank you so much for having me. This was a great first podcast experience. I loved it.
Good.
It was so great to chat with you and see your wonderful face. And I wish that we were doing face-to-face meetings in the same town, but I'll take
That's okay.
this.
I'm going to see you 2026 in Boston.
2026, it's happening. It'll be so great.
I'm so excited because I can plan a year out. So, I mean,
perfect.
That'd be great. All right. Thank you guys. And we'll see you next time.